Hi everyone, Namaste. My name is Pawan and I'm the founder of Art of Law YouTube channel. And we're very happy to tell that we have restarted our Vidhi Samvad podcast as a series once again. And the major initiative of Vidhi Samvad is to call people who's working within the legal fraternity, talk to the legal professionals, extract the best amount of resources for the law students is what we are trying to cover. And today we have an amazing guest, Swathi ma'am. She's been like a huge mentor for me. Trust me, just listening to Swati ma'am's classes or just hearing to ma'am's talk itself has given me a lot of insights. Ma'am is also my mentor, and I will give ma'am herself to introduce herself because a person when they're trying to introduce themselves, I think that is the best insight. They'll be able to tell everything what all they're trying to do in their life. But from my side, she's been a great mentor, a great advisor. Her classes are the best in terms of me attending any kind of judiciary classes or having any personal doubts. I've been always reached out towards ma'am. Thank you once again for joining, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Pawan. Thank you. Good to know as a student you're taking up this initiative.
Thank
All
you.
the best for your work. And
Thank
thank you that you called me here. And
you.
yes, so I'm Swathi. I have graduated my law from Delhi University and I'm practice hearing in Delhi. So, and since I have this teaching experience of almost 5 years now, because I had started, this was actually my part time journey, which I had started with teaching classes for Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh civil judge students. Then later, I got this opportunity of working with an academy, and it got me this idea because for Unacademy, I was taking classes for the Karnataka civil judge students.
Okay.
And there I realized that there is a huge market gap in Karnataka.
Okay.
Students are really lacking this awareness and they're really lacking resources for Karnataka civil judge. Then after completing my contract with Unacademy, I started my own classes, Swathi law classes, and now we have completed almost 1.5 year of this initiative. And in the first year itself, I have given two successful results. 2023, we had given rank 3 and rank 11. So that is a great achievement for myself. And now we are in second year of our Swathi law classes journey.
That's so nice to hear about you, ma'am.
From
And
my
just
part-time, now
uh,
I'll be completely moving to the full-time into
full
Swathi
time.
law classes. Yeah, soon we'll be coming up offline itself because from Delhi, I'm taking classes for Karnataka completely online. So now we want to launch in a physical form in
Okay.
Bangalore. So 2025, most probably in the beginning itself, we'll be having a physical presence in Bangalore.
Wonderful, ma'am. Actually, to be honest, you've been a great inspiration for us also. Me being attending ma'am's class, tell the audience even I'm also attending ma'am's class, one of the best ever classes. And I was just observing my law school life, okay, and how I used to study law. I used to just focus on the PPT, what all they used to give short notes and just study for the exam. But the mere fact I remember the first day when I joined for ma'am class was about, ma'am made us to read the barrack, which I generally don't do in law school. So, ma'am basically made us to open the barrack, and I felt very happy. In the first 5 years of law school, I feel so happy opening the barrack, underlining, making the notes. Ma'am was very strict with it, but ma'am really made sure that we are learning into it. And I want to tell you that, ma'am, you're doing a great thing because our entire student community is really happy with all the classes you're taking or even the small initiatives you're taking. No, we have been personally happy for you. Thank you for being a great mentor. And I pray that everything goes successful as you're thinking, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, starting with my first important question to you, ma'am, what do you mean by civil judge? Because tier one and especially tier two and tier three colleges are not aware about the concept about what is civil judge because they have a presumption that after working for so and so many particular years, then only they can become the judge. Or, what is this concept about civil judge, ma'am?
Okay. See, first thing, you're 100% right. That in our nowadays, law is coming upper hand,
Yeah.
and the students are focusing and they are taking admission very seriously regarding the law. But before, as we used to, everyone knows that if you have got the less marks in 12th and you're scoring less, then you're taking for arts, and that would be your LLB. But now the scene has completely changed, thankfully, and civil judges completely you're entering into, see, when you're studying law you have many opportunities actually, and students they really lack about knowing this, that they have opportunities all over. Once they are completing LLB, you can work with a legal firm, you can practice, that is advocacy, directly go to court and practice, take up your cases. Third would be judge, judiciary, the person sitting here and as a judge, who's making the justice, who's taking judge, who's giving judgment, who's giving justice, he is a person who is prime in the judiciary in a way. And many students, they think that after I practice and there is very much qualification required to be a judge. No, civil judge is a basic entry level. Once you have your law degree, directly you can take up this exam, you can be the judge, you can be a judicial magistrate, first class, JMFC, JMSC. You can be a judge in taluk courts, and you are the person delivering justice. Only thing is, you have to have a LLB degree, which you have completed law and having LLB degree and enrolled in any of the bar council. That is the only requirement. And once you are in this judiciary, this is a very prime, responsible position, that you are delivering justice to common masses, to many of the students at the grassroots level, many or everyone at the grassroots level who think that justice is not for them, because people feel that who have money they get the justice. No, everyone is, it's their right to get the justice, and you are the person responsible for the life. You are the person who is delivering justice, and every law student can be a judge. Just after completing law, take up this exam. Every state high court conduct this exam, every state conducts its own civil judge examination. So you just, in Karnataka high court conducts the exam. Every year we have a complete notification coming up, complete process. We have every year fresh notification, unlike the other states. Actually, in many states notification do not come in a regular way, but in Karnataka we have notification regularly. Please, this is a request for every student as well from my side. Once you study for civil judge examination, you have another sense of responsibility towards the society, because compared to a layman, a lawyer, a law student is a well aware citizen. He
Okay.
knows everything. Layman, he sees everything in black and white. This
Hmm.
is right, this is wrong. If you're
Correct.
doing something, he should be punished.
Punished.
Else, no. But as a lawyer, as a judge, you see the legal points. You ensure that every right is being served. That becomes your responsibility.
True,
So
ma'am.
being judge is a prestige in yourself. You'll have that satisfaction once you deliver a justice, once you give a judgment.
That's true, ma'am. Actually, that's exactly true for the same. I think there's a lot of difference being an advocate plus a judge. I think we become the direct center point of delivering the justice, and that's actually a beautiful career which many of the law students can really opt for. Ma'am, generally students have a doubt that what would be the competition stage of this particular exam. Like this UPSC, will it be like very tough, or people are a little scared of this government exam? So, how is this competition stage for this exam, ma'am?
I myself, I was a aspirant for civil services examination. That was the reason I was in Delhi. I had complete civils coaching I had taken up in Delhi, and from there I got this focus
Hmm.
that no, I am like much more inclined towards law, and I should study law, because I had studied BCA and then I went for civils. Civils was my priority then, but
Okay.
then I realized
Hmm.
while studying, while in this civils journey, which made me shine much more brighter in law. I got my admission in Delhi University, and then from there, the journey didn't stop. It came up to judiciary, and then after once I saw the Karnataka students lacking awareness, and there is much more scope here.
Hmm.
My complete focus turned into the being an educator at Karnataka civil student, and now like will be expanding also
Okay.
recently. But when you see from a competition perspective, Karnataka civil judge examination
Hmm.
and the other state civil judge examination, there's huge difference.
Okay.
As I said before, I used to teach for UP and Delhi judiciary students. So UP and Delhi judiciary students are very much aware. They have lots and lots of resources. The
Ah,
competition is too much in Delhi and Uttar Pradesh.
Pradesh,
When you
correct.
see Karnataka,
Ah,
resources are lacking,
hmm.
students are lacking proper coaching institutes itself, and
Correct.
first thing, they lack the awareness itself.
Okay.
So that is all because see here, the environment is for litigation. If you're going, it's safe for even girls and for everyone. There's a huge scope for litigation here in Karnataka. For
Correct.
law firm, if you're opting, then even the law firms are so much open for all the law students. There is a huge opportunity
Correct.
compared to the northern Indian states, where the opportunity for law firm is very less, and
Mm.
for litigation the girls do not find it safer. So litigation is also a backdrop. That is the reason why students opt only for judiciary exam, especially the girls opt only for judiciary exam, and the competition is way too much. And the other reason is Karnataka, it conducts exam every year regularly. Other
Okay.
states, the exam is being conducted not so regularly. It's
Okay.
very irregular compared to Karnataka and the
Okay.
other states. Here in Telangana, Kerala, we have a regular notification coming up. So this is a competition gap which we see. But once you see only about Karnataka also,
Mm.
before, until 2021 also, competition was not too much in Karnataka. But
Okay.
21 changed the game. 21 had seen too many posts,
Mm.
and there were many successful students as well.
Mm.
Though the paper which we used to see before was
Mm.
very easy. It
Okay.
was literally very easy. 21 paper, it changed the game. There were many current affairs questions, many questions of IPC in an applicability based thing, which Karnataka state paper were not so before.
Okay.
22, again, it took the competition to the next level. 23, the paper was really tough, prelims. 20, and the mains was extremely like students were like, it's out of the syllabus. It was not out of the syllabus. Only thing was the paper was covering the entire subject. Before, we used to not cover entire subject. Before, there were few important questions which were being repeatedly asked. But
Okay.
now paper completes entire subject, which made the paper seem tougher. And even there's one more thing in Karnataka judiciary which differentiates is that in mains we have 100 marks civil judge examination, 100 marks civil judgment, and criminal judgment, which
Okay.
is a game changing paper. So it makes Karnataka judiciary a bit tougher.
Mm.
And but even then, consider everything, Karnataka prelims can be cleared very easily
Okay.
compared to the other states. And mains is a bit tough. Yes, it's a tougher paper.
Okay.
Competition is like not like civil services examination or KPSC examination, but
Mm.
yes, the competition is coming up very rigorously, and students are taking up judiciary very seriously.
Okay, ma'am. Great. So, ma'am, there are basically three stages, which, as you said, prelims is there, mains is there, and for interview is there. Ma'am, if a student is starting from the very grassroots level, how should he start in all the three stages, starting from prelims, starting from mains, as well as for the interview? What should be one's approach? Because normally in tier two and tier three places, tier two, tier three cities also, they don't get this opportunity to learn or get access to the resources. So even for such kind of people also, how should they start initially for it? Should we start with the law school or after the law school? And how should we go with the process, ma'am?
Okay, first thing, if you have made up your mind in the law school itself that you want to be a judge, then definitely start your preparation when you're in law school itself, because the exam wants the requirement only that you should be a LLB degree holder. You just need to have a degree. Once you have the degree, you are eligible for this exam. Then why waste the time after coming from law school that you're studying and then taking up exam?
Correct.
Study while you're in the law school itself, because the laws are same which is being asked,
Correct.
nothing other than that. So start your preparation once like from your beginning of the law school itself, all the 3 years or the 5 years which you're in law school.
Mm.
Daily, if you can dedicate at least 2 hours, then easily you'll be covering your entire syllabus, and soon after you complete your law, you would be a judge. Definitely you can clear your exam in the first attempt itself, and you can be a judge. And see, again, as I said, there's prelims, mains, and interview, three stages of this exam. Prelims is completely multiple choice question for 100 marks, 100 questions. So anybody can clear this prelims in 30 days or even less than that. But 30 days for Karnataka civil judge examination would be more than enough if you are dedicatedly studying for at least 3 to 4 hours daily.
Mm.
How? Start your preparation from the barracks. Again, as you said that you are happy reading the Bare Act.
Correct, ma'am.
That is with many of the students they tend to like avoid Bayract as if no, that language we won't understand. But
Mm.
no, Bayract is the first and the primary source which you can rely upon in any of the given law exams. So civil judge examination, you are to be a judge, then you must know, you must interpret the Bayract, right?
Yes.
So start your preparation with the Bayract. Once you have done with the Bayract, practice your questions, MCQ questions daily.
Mm.
Daily practice MCQ questions, at least 100 or 150 questions, by
Okay.
keeping a timer, which will like enhance your ability of taking up the MCQ questions.
Okay.
And simultaneously keep reading and completing your syllabus, whichever is there. We
Mm.
have 10 subjects, only 10 subjects actually in prelims. So
Okay.
in which the major would be consti,
Ah,
CPC, CRPC, IPC, evidence. And now in 2023, the laws have changed. So the coming up next notification would include your both old and new criminal laws.
okay.
That's even very much easy because once you're done with your old laws, only thing you have to memorize all the new sections which have been replaced,
Yes.
because both the laws are important. So you cannot erase the data of IPC and take up BNS. You need
Correct.
data, right?
Okay.
So these five major subjects are much very much important, which
Mm.
must be done by every student. Apart from that, we have SRA, TPA, NI Act, Karnataka Rent Act, and contract. So these five laws, it requires less time also, and that can be done by like if you're solving your previous year question papers,
Yes.
Karnataka civil judge examinations, because any exam requires a proper planning.
Correct.
Once you have planned well, then you can execute easily.
Okay.
Only thing is, planning should be according to you, customized for yourself. I cannot give a general plan and say that this you should follow,
Mm.
because every student requires a customized plan.
Okay.
Every student is like, for some students, procedural law would be tough, for some, constitution or IPC would be tough. So you require your own customized plan, that which subject you need to give a much more time and which subject requires less time or less focus.
Correct.
Easily it can be covered. The five minor laws which are there, it
Mm.
can be covered in a lesser time.
Yes, sir.
So daily, by even 1 hour or 1 hour, you can complete those laws. But the major laws, it requires time. It requires your understanding, clarity of the concept. You require the clarity of every concept in any law. From my end, in my classes, that is the only thing I ensure, that
Mm.
is the only thing I tell everywhere in all my videos as well.
Mm.
Having clarity of the concept is important
Correct.
rather than your section number or anything. If you know what is theft,
Correct.
essentials of theft, every point by point, once you read a Bare Act, you get to know completely what is theft or essentials. Theft can be asked in multiple ways, and
Mm.
you can answer quickly like this only if you know the essentials of those section, if
Correct.
you understand that concept clearly.
Correct.
IPC is the best subject if you are understanding it in a smooth, like a story. You can take up that,
Correct.
and IPC is very interesting as well. So definitely people love those subjects, right? So solving your previous year question paper will make a way for understanding what is the trend, how the questions would be asked, what you're supposed to focus. Coming up to your mains, again, previous year question papers are your base to
Mm.
understand the type of questions which would be asked.
Mm.
And in mains, we have one law paper where you would be having 30 marks for CPC, 30 for CRPC,
Mm.
20 marks for Constitution and Evidence Act.
Okay.
So, which is answer writing format. Answer writing, I won't say that prelims preparation is separate and mains preparation is separate. Everything is together.
Integrate.
The concept, then you can write it easily. Right. So once you have started your preparation, start writing from the same day, because mains requires your answer writing practice.
Okay.
If you are appearing for MCQ,
Mm.
then you have to practice ticking.
Mm.
It's not that it will come overnight.
Ah,
And if you're writing mains, you cannot expect your hand to keep writing 3 hours continuously for the morning paper, for the evening paper. Immediate next day, morning and evening, 3 hours continuously.
Correct, ma'am.
You can never expect your hand to make that effort in a overnight change. For your hand also requires this practice, that it's writing.
Correct.
And answer writing, in the sense, it's an art completely, which requires introduction, all the essentials being covered, conclusion, headings, subheadings are written, and case laws are mentioned. If required, illustration is provided, section number is written. Everything you should remember in that given 3 hours itself.
Correct.
Right. Your complete entire 1 year preparation would be judged in that 3 hours. You cannot say that, no, I had prepared for a year. No, it's all about what your paper is showing the examiner. So,
Correct.
everything to be written in that 3 hours, then your brain should be working so much faster, and your hand also needs to cooperate with your brain, that it's writing everything what your brain is saying, for which it requires training, and that is you're having a complete consistent writing practice since the beginning. For interview also, again, it's the same. Interview procedural laws are important, and in interview, it's that, what is the interviewer bench, what is it seeking? Concept clarity, whether you have a clarity about the concept, because every law is differentiated with minor changes.
Correct.
If you know, in recent classes we had discussed about theft, extortion, robbery, dacoity.
Correct, ma'am. True.
Everything has a slight minor differences,
Correct.
right? Which, if you have the concept clarity, only then you can deliver a proper judgment.
Correct.
Else, being a judge, you are in such a responsible position that you cannot go wrong with anything.
Mm.
Second thing, as a judge, you require confidence,
Mm.
self confidence first,
Mm.
and then confidence about everything,
Okay.
that you are capable to handle that position as a judge. You
Okay.
are capable to take up, have the legal mind.
Mm.
You cannot go with the emotions, right?
Mm.
You have a case, you cannot go with emotions. You
Mm.
must understand what are the evidences being presented, what are the arguments being presented, and then you should analyze applicability of your legal knowledge, and then you should make sure that delivering you're delivering justice is being delivered to the person required. So
Mm.
that is your responsibility, for which first you need to have the self confidence that you can handle that position. That is being checked, and then whether, like, you have that empathy for
Mm.
the people. Again, it is very important. You cannot be like a machine,
Mm.
AI, giving answers. You need to have empathy. This will come be your interviewer is like, he's not testing your knowledge.
Mm.
Basically, he's testing you, your personality, your confidence, your clarity. Do you
Okay.
have empathy to handle such a prime position? It's a
Mm.
responsibility. So that is because you are in the judiciary, in the complete judicial system, you're in a position where you'll be giving justice.
This
So it requires a responsible person to handle it.
true, ma'am. So, ma'am, can you please tell how to prepare for this translation paper, especially translation from Kannada, Hindi? Like people who are very weak in this language, especially in like language and writing and all, how should they start from the beginning itself?
Okay. Translation is in the mains itself, not in the prelims.
Okay.
Prelims, we have only law papers.
Huh.
Translation, once when you enter into the mains, so
Mm.
you have four papers.
Mm.
Translation would be your first paper of 100 marks. Then law paper one, then two judgment writing papers, civil and criminal.
Yeah.
All the four papers comprising of 100 marks,
Ah.
and there is a passing mark set. That
Okay.
is 50 marks is your passing mark in all the four papers.
Okay. Hello.
Apart from that, you need to get your marks in merit, else
Okay.
you would be qualified for your interview. That is the criteria.
Okay.
So, if you're talking about the translation paper, since it has a equal mark,
Mm.
equal standing with all the papers, it becomes important. You cannot ignore. And though Karnataka civil judge examination can be taken by any, for every state, it's the same. Any student can take up any state examination.
Okay.
So the non-Kannadigas also can take up your Karnataka civil judge exam.
Okay.
But the law paper should be qualified with
Qualified.
above 50 marks.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And many students I have heard that we have left our Kannada at PUC or
Hmm.
8th standard. Huh. We have no touch with Kannada now. And
Uh-huh.
the same problem is with the other way around. Kannada medium student, they say, Madam, we don't know Kannada.
Okay.
No English, sorry.
Yeah.
Huh. We know the basic English. So what is to be done? Can we clear? Definitely. This requires practice. It takes time, but it takes time in the sense not that it's taking too many thing.
Hmm.
At least if you can dedicate 2 months properly, given that you are practicing every day, every 1 hour is being given for the Kannada translation paper itself.
Okay.
If you are weak in Kannada, then start reading Kannada newspaper so that it will enhance your vocabulary.
Hmm.
It will enhance your grammatical uh, grammar with Kannada. And
Okay.
if you're weak in English, then start reading English newspaper.
Okay.
That is the best thing you can rely upon, newspaper.
Correct.
Okay, both for Kannada and English, whichever language you feel is weaker on your end,
Hmm.
start reading that paper. Okay, and the other thing what students can do, every student must do, start reading judgments.
Judgments. Okay.
Yes, because judgment will enhance your legal Kannada, legal vocabulary.
Hmm.
Be it for English or Kannada, your vocab should be strong,
Correct.
which can be enhanced through your judgments. On the same time, you are getting that complete legal knowledge, legal understanding, how a judgment is being delivered.
Hmm.
Not that entire every judgment is important.
Hmm.
Start reading all the landmark judgments.
Landmarks. Okay.
Recently, we had this bulldozer case,
Hmm.
bulldozer judgment given by the Supreme Court. Before, as a layman, every bulldozer judgment, as we can, bulldozer judgment actually it's very much important because before it was like if there's a convict or an accused in your home, then the complete house would be demolished.
Correct.
Think about the rights of others who are living in that home. There is right to shelter. There is right to life of the other person as well. And even if the person is convict or the accused, you cannot like demolish his house.
Correct, ma'am. True, ma'am.
That is not the justice which is expected, and
Correct.
that is not justice given by the judge also. It was not on from the judiciary. It
Hmm.
was the executive giving the orders. But then in this bulldozer judgment, we made this clear
Hmm.
that there is right to life, right
Hmm.
to shelter for other people living in the house. You cannot punish everyone, the entire family, for one accused or the one convict at your place.
Correct.
And at the same time, having been said that, our legal system is not in such a way that it's only about punitive laws. We have reformative laws as well. Why a person is being sentenced and put to imprisonment, so that if he is being he is separately living in a jail, or since it's a reformative thing, we won't say that the person is being completely put so,
Hmm.
but it is for him to take time for himself and understand and reform himself and
Hmm.
be a better person. So when the judiciary is trying to bring out the person in a reformative way, you
Hmm.
cannot make these kind of anything, any random thing that you are demolishing his house.
Demolish. Makes
That's
sense.
not the justice which you can deliver. So this bulldozer judgment was very much important from the Supreme Court, and this should be read by everyone,
Okay.
especially if you're a law student.
Hmm.
Start reading, start making this habit of reading judgments daily. One judgment
Hmm.
can completely have the judicial mindset, applicability of mind.
Hmm.
For Karnataka civil judge students, I say this because you have a judgment writing paper,
Paper.
civil and criminal judgment writing, in
Okay.
which you need to appreciate law, appreciate evidences.
Hmm.
So, appreciation and marshalling, which
Hmm.
is an essential point in judgment writing, this can be learned only
Hmm.
if you are reading judgments.
Okay.
This appreciation and marshalling of evidence
Hmm.
requires complete applicability, legal applicability of your mind.
Okay. Ma'am, what do you mean by appreciating? Like, what is it particular context about appreciating about the previous precedents you're telling, or like in what text? No?
No, for every evidence and for every evidence, that is oral and documentary evidence, whatever is being presented, it must be appreciated.
100%.
Appreciated as in, like, appreciation and marshalling is every evidence you need to see.
Hmm.
For example, if there is an eyewitness coming in your court,
हाँ मैम.
you have this eyewitness ka statement given in your judgment writing.
Correct मैम.
You need to first identify that he is an eyewitness.
Okay, all right. हाँ.
Okay.
Hmm.
What are the criteria for an eyewitness? That the person has sensed the event through his own eyes or heard the incident, and
Correct.
he's presenting orally in the court
Correct
by
मैम.
himself. He is an eyewitness.
Eyewitness.
And as we know, that best evidence rule we have discussed in class. So, eyewitness is best evidence. That is, oral evidence should be direct, and
Correct.
eyewitness would be the best piece of evidence that the court can rely upon.
True मैम.
He would be a substantive piece of evidence, neither the rather than the corroborative piece of evidence. So, substantive evidence in the sense the court can rely upon his statement because he has seen the incident. And we even see that if the expert evidence is given, then we rely upon the eyewitness itself because he has seen, and the expert is giving only an opinion.
Okay.
So, all these things which you are appreciating, because your paper will have an eyewitness, an expert evidence, a hearsay evidence, a child, a rustic, and everything included. You
Correct.
need to identify everyone. You need to appreciate that he is eyewitness. So this covers under this section of the Indian Evidence Act, and eyewitness has a prime importance. Everything, those appreciation lines should be written.
Okay.
If he's an interested witness, then this person is interested because he is coming from this party with a goodwill, and those lines. And these are like appreciation which you can write once you know the skill. Judgment writing is not taught in your college or
Course.
anywhere.
True.
That would be a complete level playing paper for every student.
Hmm.
Okay. And it's a complete skill learning a judgment writing paper because
Okay.
it has very minute details and essentials which must be written.
Okay.
Format of the judgment has a particular mark, and
Okay.
apart from that, appreciation holds the almost 60 to 70% marks is for appreciation and marshalling. That makes the difference. And in this paper, you can score up to 90 and plus.
Plus, okay.
Yes. So that paper makes a huge difference in
Okay.
your merit also.
Wow, ma'am, that's great actually. I think while audience hearing this, I think the beauty of your explanation is that it's like a story. We're in that story throughout, So it's like when the question pops up, suddenly that story really reflects into our mind. That's a good compliment which most of the students give it to you, ma'am. Like thank
Yes,
you.
and that was a prime reason also why my friends and family, actually my husband, he insisted me to start up this educator thing and completely turn into an educator. That was because I explain every concept in detail with a story, with an explanation. My narration would be very simple and reaching everyone. That is, yes, a major big feedback that I receive from all my
Yeah, ma'am.
students. And
Actually,
I make the law very easy and simple.
that's the beauty of you, ma'am. That's the one thing, we really like your classes because it's like a story, and I know for the fact it's connected towards our mind a lot. Ma'am,
Yes.
moving on towards our next question, can you please tell about, ma'am, this was one question being raised by one of the audience, ma'am, because we asked them a couple of things. They were asking, for example, if you're preparing for the civil judge exam, what are the other kind of parallel exam we are by default preparing it? For example, if I'm preparing for this exam, by what does this exam gives me the immunity to prepare for other exam also? Is there some overlap with other kind of competitive exams also?
Yes, definitely. See, because we are reading the law itself. Even in
Correct.
your law school, you are reading the CRPC, CPC, IPC, Constitution, and everything.
Ama.
In for civil judge examination, it's the same. For district judge examination, also it's the same. Higher
Okay.
judicial service examination. Once you have a 7 years of practice, then you will be
Okay.
taking up the higher judicial service examination. It will take you to the high court also. So
Okay.
that exam also has a similar syllabus. It also has judgment writing and translation. And apart from this, for CLAT, UG, PG, for your NET examination, everything has the same law. Yes,
Okay.
some laws are being added and removed. Like for CLAT, UG, PG, you require the Hindu law, personal laws as well. But here in civil judge examination, we don't see them. We don't see them. But the major laws are covered in almost every examination. And
Okay.
once you're prepared, well prepared with CPC, CRPC, then it is the best weapon for a practicing advocate, because once he knows everything regarding Evidence Act, CRPC, CPC, then his practicing journey would be very amazing. And if it is in Bengaluru, then it's super.
Wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, how do we remember all the sections in our mind? Like, all there are multiple sections, right? From like from IPC, CRPC, evidence. So, how do we remember all the sections, ma'am?
Practice, repeat, repeat, revision, revision, revision.
Okay.
Revision is the key. Anytime, revision is the key.
Okay, ma'am.
And in my case, what I see is I have seen students who are
Hmm.
like they mugging up many of the sections, memorizing everything, every other technique. But for me, what has worked out every time is like I keep the sticky notes with me.
Okay.
So sticky notes, what I do is every time I feel any section important for me or any case I'm taking up, then I'll write those sections.
Okay. All
For
right.
any exam also, I used to prepare the same. I used to write the sections and section number, heading. That
Oh,
is the only thing we tend to forget. We students tend to forget
correct.
section number and the heading.
Is correct.
So
Yeah.
write that,
Ah,
paste it where in your complete your study area.
hmm.
Daily have a glance of it. It's not
Okay.
that simply you have pasted there and it's stuck there.
Uh,
Daily you need to see it. You need to watch it out regularly, that what is written on every sticky note.
hmm.
And in every time, once you're done with that, take it out again, paste the other thing.
Okay. That's a good idea. That's a great thing.
Writing and going through it again and again will definitely bring an impact.
Impact. Okay, ma'am. Sure. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, now as we have completed the most of the aspects of preparation, now there are a few couple of questions which our audience had was about: can the students also prepare while they're parallelly working? Or like a working professional, can they also prepare for it simultaneously? Or is it like we should have a break only then we can prepare? Like how should they go with it, ma'am?
No, I won't say that you need to take a break itself, because especially taking break and preparing is fine if you're doing so.
Huh.
But it is not possible, then keep working.
Okay.
Only thing is, either you're taking break or not, make sure that you are consistent every day.
Huh, ma'am.
Every day you need to be consistently coming back to this chair and starting your preparation,
Huh, ma'am.
and at least you're dedicating 3 to 4 hours. If
Okay.
you're completely taking break, then
Hmm.
dedicate 5 to 6 hours.
Okay.
But if you're working, then at least 3 hours, minimum 3 hours is mandate. Anytime you can take out 3 hours, 3 productive hours.
Three
Again,
products.
said so, 3 productive hours. You cannot like binge watch anything and you're studying. No, no cheating here. So 3 productive hours is mandatory.
Okay. So, ma'am,
If
for
you can take a time in such a way, then definitely you can keep working also and you can study. Both
okay.
my students who had secured rank 3 and rank 11, they both were working. The girl was working in a law firm and the boy was working, he was doing his own legal practice.
Okay, that's wonderful, ma'am. So, ma'am, normally, how is the sequence of time frame for people to appear for this exam? Like for Karnataka, it might happen. Like, what is the approximate months which generally exam happens for all the states, or like approximate months so that students can actually prepare accordingly for the same? Or is there any fixed months, or it's like it happens?
There's no specific month or so, because it's
Um,
like not random also. Every year we have a notification. This year,
um,
due to the law changed and the Karnataka also had to change its syllabus. So many things that we did not have the notification yet of 2024. So this year
oh,
notification, definitely it will be covered in the next year, because the same
oh,
situation we had seen in 2018 as well. 18 we
correct.
had two paper, one of
Okay.
2018 itself and the one left out paper of 2019. So
Okay.
even this year, this 2024 notification, we can expect, if we are expecting notification in January
Hmm.
or in the December itself, we can expect a notification. In that case also, there might
Um,
be two notifications in the coming year, 2025. So every
okay.
student preparing, they'll have a complete jackpot that the next year it'll have back-to-back notification. If you are unsure, then
Okay.
still you need to keep practicing, because they have another notification coming up very soon. And
Oh.
once Karnataka is like, it's fast track, everything is fast track. Once you have the notification,
Mhm.
Immediately they'll cover your prelims. Immediately you'll have mains. Immediately interview. Everything will
Interview.
go
Okay, all
very
right.
smooth and fast track. You cannot like delay your preparation. That after coming notification, I'll start preparing. No, you cannot make that mistake.
No.
You should start preparing and be in this journey.
Hmm.
Yes, sometimes like this year you will not have notification, so you have to even then keep yourself moving on,
Moving
keep
on.
your this journey, keep guided, so that
Hmm.
you take up the exam with complete energy, enthusiasm. Because if the notification is not coming, then we tend to lose energy since we
Correct,
are
ma'am.
preparing for an year. So you tend to lose it. Complete energy is drained. No,
Hmm.
you have to be in the space. You should be consistent.
Okay. Ma'am,
Foundation
also for the book
required for
list,
any competitive examination.
what, ma'am? Sorry. Yeah.
That is the patience which is required for any competitive
Again.
examination.
So just recollecting back, so is it possible for a person to prepare for both civils as well as judiciary parallel, or is it like a very tough thing? Like, don't, what do you suggest for you? What do you
Civil as
suggest?
in civil judge
Service.
examination and
Civil
UPSC
service.
exam.
Yeah, ma'am. Civil service as well as civil judge exam parallel.
You can prepare.
Okay,
We
all right.
have students in our classes who are preparing for KPSC, civil services examination, and for the judiciary examination. Because
Okay.
in civil services, you have mains optional paper.
Correct,
That
ma'am.
is law paper, right? For every
Correct.
law student, it would be a law paper on default.
Correct, ma'am.
So it's helping for both the things.
Hmm. True,
For if
ma'am.
you're even appearing for KPS, you have a law paper as an optional.
Okay.
So if you're studying law, then this helps in your any of the competitive examination. You can take up the other exams as well.
Okay. So, ma'am, what are the important skills a person should be having while preparing for this exam, or generally as a law student for appearing or becoming a civil judge? What are the skills they should be having, ma'am?
Skills, as in, see, first and foremost for Karnataka civil judge examination, then you must know Kannada.
Canada.
You cannot skip that. No, I don't know Kannada
Ah,
because you are working for Karnataka, and especially you will be a judge at the grassroots level
hmm,
for delivering justice for everyone.
hmm.
Your court is not a high court. That is
Correct.
your JMFC or JMSC, which will have cases from all the villages and the people at the grassroots.
Hmm.
So you cannot expect them to speak English for
Hmm.
you.
Correct, ma'am.
So you must know Kannada. You must know Kannada to read and write and to speak,
Hmm.
because you need to
Hmm.
read those documents and then deliver justice. So, first thing, if you are thinking about Karnataka civil judge examination, start your Kannada preparation. Kannada is definitely not tough at all. Okay, it's very easy, and you can enhance or build up any language with proper practice and time. So,
Correct,
you
ma'am.
must know Kannada. Second thing, start
Hmm.
reading judgments.
Judgments.
Judgments bring a very good impact in you.
Hmm.
Start reading judgment from your law school itself.
Okay.
And actually, before that, first thing should be start reading Bayer Acts.
Okay, yeah. Very
Bayer Act.
important. Correct, yeah.
Yes, very important. Never skip your Bayer Act for
Ah,
every subject. And if possible, for Evidence Act, make
hmm.
sure you know the entire Bayer Act itself,
Okay, ma'am.
because that is very much important at any given point of time. Evidence Act, IPC, CRPC, Constitution,
Ah,
this should be on your fingertips, and you must know from your Barak, because you can rely upon many of the author books as well. But
correct, ma'am.
Barak is your primary source. Everyone is deriving the concept through your Barak itself, not from nowhere else. So you must know the Barak, and if you're reading judgments, all the landmark judgments consistently, you yourself will develop a legal mindset, and the other books, whichever you're reading, it will be easily understood. You can easily take any exam.
Hmm.
So start reading your Bayrax first, then know Kannada. Start
Judgment.
reading, writing, and everything. Reading, writing, and speaking. And
Yes, ma'am.
third would be start reading judgments.
Judgments. Okay, ma'am. Especially we had this before we have this particular podcast. We rolled out a list of questions for our audience, and one such question which we got from the students is about they face a lot of difficulty in interpreting what is there in the Bear Act. So how should they start? Especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3, they don't teach in terms of interpreting. So, hey, start Madhavan, ma'am. How can we start with this entire process?
So, how to start reading Bayrax? First thing, see, yes, I understand that not in tier 2, tier 3, even in tier 1 colleges, they don't take you from the BNet.
Yeah, true. Oh, correct, ma'am. So true.
Yes,
Yes.
because many of the faculties today Berak in the Hegodsodu.
Yes. Correct, ma'am. True. Are they true, ma'am? So true.
Yes, we have seen this ourselves. Even in our Delhi University, we used to get case materials.
Okay. Yeah.
We used to get case materials for every subject. That
Okay.
was the best thing which made us to study judgments, because that was our curriculum, that we have to study case mat, and that is being asked in exams. And apart for reading judgments, we need to interpret Berak. The required sections
Hmm.
are interpreted in the judgments. So easily it was being interlinked for us, and we used to study. That made us habit of studying Berak. And if you are like asking me that how to start, then
Hmm.
very much easy thing is your IPC Berak. I feel IPC is the easiest.
Easiest. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Contract and evidence is also easy, but
Hmm.
evidence is like, while you're reading Evidence Act, you
Okay.
see a statement,
Correct, ma'am.
which means huge number of things you won't understand by one single line
Correct.
unless you're reading any judgment associated with it.
Oh.
Section 6, facts forming part of same transaction. What is same transaction? What facts you're talking about? You won't understand this statement
Hmm.
until and unless you are reading other judgments associated to it. Then you understand that section 6 involves hearsay evidence as well. Hearsay is an exception. So, why it is called res geste?
Hmm.
Everything you can associate only if you are reading judgments.
Okay.
But
Yes.
see, first and foremost, any book you're giving a first reading, it would be difficult itself. Reading Bear Act,
Hmm.
start.
Hmm.
First, Berak tagdu open ಮಾಡಿ, it becomes easy.
Okay. Yeah.
Berak, line by line, you start reading as a novel. First reading, you won't understand anything, no problem.
Hmm.
Second reading, third reading, you will understand.
Okay.
What we do, Berak kashta, so we don't take out it at all. Fresher ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
Correct, ma'am.
But no, Berak first ತಗ್ದು ಓದಿ. Start reading.
Reading. Okay.
Then keep reading. You will definitely understand. And along with that, if you're like not interpreting properly, today we have technology, so much advanced technology. So
Correct,
you
ma'am.
can Google it, or you have many of the videos which explain you. You have my channel where I am these days putting all the IPC, BNS,
Correct, ma'am.
BSA lecture series. And I take my classes through the
Correct.
Berak itself. In the videos also, I teach from the Berak. Only purpose is students
Correct.
ask me that, hey, Berak Tododu. That was the only reason I
Yes.
made my complete videos from the Berak. Before a few videos I had made through PPTs for constitution, but then when I understood that the problem is people don't know how to read a Berak, so
Correct, ma'am.
then I started making videos from the Bayer Act itself. That
Hmm.
now you can watch the videos. And since yes, this requirement is very much there for all the tier 2 and tier 3 students as well. My videos are in Kannada and English. So you have technology, utilize it in a better way. Utilize it. You can you have access for all the explanations if you can Google, and you have AI also answering. So you have videos, you have multiple resources in today if you're utilizing in a better way. You should know
True,
how
ma'am.
to utilize. Then you have your technology helping you.
True, ma'am. I just want to highlight for the fact to the entire audience that all those of you watching, ma'am's YouTube channel is the best spot for learning the barrack to the sections, because ma'am has started in terms of all the barracks one by one, IPC evidences. Ma'am has basically been started uploading it regularly, and
Thank you.
including us. That's a great thing. So, ma'am, here comes an important doubt for you, ma'am. Like an important question. Can you please tell about your classes, about all the classes and how you're planning, how you're basically taking it? So, in case if our students wants to join for it, can you just tell in an elaborative manner, because it's one of the best ever opportunity which I got in my life, because I really started learning from Barak to understanding the concept depth by depth, because in my law school, which I didn't even imagine of learning, like rather than learning only from slides or something, but you taught everything grassroots one by one. So if students want to join, like what is the process, ma'am, and how are you covering up the syllabus to everything? Can you just explain in an elaborate manner, ma'am?
Yes, so like we have the Swathi law classes where I
Yeah.
take up. all the civil judge examination, students, the coaching is being provided. And I actually have launched with comprehensive batch, which is for prelims, mains, and interview. Everyone asks that when is the new admission coming up? There is no new admission. If you are thinking that you want to be a judge, start your preparation. There is a coaching platform which is providing you classes every day. You cannot, it's not a college that on specific day you will take up an admission, then your journey starts. No,
Okay.
this should be accessible to everyone every day. If you have thought about it, take admission. Because
Correct.
have I'm running classes in complete offline thing, as I have seen here in Delhi and everywhere, that classes run in a circulation.
Correct.
Every subject one after the other, it goes in circulation, then again the syllabus keeps repeating.
Correct.
If you are starting from CPC, then CRPC, IPC, it goes in a clockwise. Then the subject for prelims, mains. So it is rotating and everything would be completed. According to me, as I said, you prelims journey is different and mains journey is different. No, everything goes hand in hand. So even in prelims class, I make you write answers. I give answer writing questions and make my students write answer. Why? Because if you have understood the concept, you should know how to answer a question also. You should know even to answer a MCQ question. Same time, you should know how to write a full length answer for a 10 marks if it asked.
Hmm.
So in my classes are from the foundation. I don't believe that you have learned in the college and now you will continue from here. No. I try to make sure that I am again taking up from the foundation, but this doesn't mean that I am explaining everything, that what is law. No, that you should know.
Correct.
There are some requirements which you should know. Once you
Yes.
have completed, it's understood that you know few basic requirements are there. But classes are from the foundation, everything from section 1 to the end. We cover end to end everything, every important sections. And very much important is like our classes are there to keep you guided. I make sure that I'm taking the class from the foundation, because whatever you have learned or unlearned, and given that even the period students were from COVID situation, so COVID batch anta ನೀವೇನ್ ಕರಿತೀರಿ, they
Hmm.
are like they don't know much about anything. They don't know what is IPC, CPC, CRPC, nothing. Everything is same because we passed. It was COVID.
How?
Now it has become my responsibility that I make you learn everything from the basics. So, and that is the reason comprehensive batch covers everything from the foundation, from the scratch for every student.
Okay.
Kannada medium or English medium, I take up both the students because everyone is eligible to be a judge. Everyone
Gotcha.
requires equal treatment, and
Okay.
classes are they are being in a such a way that ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೈ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಅಪಾನ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಐ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಬೆಟರ್ ವೇ.
Okay.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಮೇಕ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್
Yes.
ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ really good. And second thing, once you understand the concept, you should know how to write an answer as well. You should know how
Okay.
to answer an MCQ question also at the same time,
Correct.
because the concept is same. Questions are asked in a different way. In prelims,
Hmm.
it's in MCQ form. Mains, it's an answer writing form. Interview, it's oral. That's the only
Okay.
difference. For anything, you need to have your knowledge, and knowledge is when you know the concept well.
True.
Right. So if you know the concept, you will never forget the concept if you have understood it. Section number and heading, that can be any time
Hmm.
memorized, or you can read that. But
Hmm.
concept understanding is important. That is the
Okay.
essence which you need to take up. And I make sure law is being made simplified, and in a simple word, I explain you everything.
Hmm.
So that is the prime motive and focus of our classes. And in comprehensive batch, prelims, mains, and interview, I make
Hmm.
sure all the things are being said. And since my classes are completely student centric, I
Correct.
want students to be interactive. So this is live classes. I say every time this is live classes. I do not give recorded session because I know if I give a recorded session, then
Yeah,
you will not have a sense of missing out, that you are
correct.
losing something. What do you
True.
do? Centric completely.
Okay.
I do not make any recorded video until and unless like it's an emergency and I need to take a long leave. I have never made a recorded video, recorded class, because recorded video is like you'll have nothing like sense of losing out or missing out. You will know that you'll get a recorded class, so you can enjoy today. You are not being productive today, you are not consistent, you're not studying. Why? It's Friday night, Saturday night, we'll enjoy party, then again I'll have a recorded class, I can watch that.
Correct. True.
But if you know that no, you won't get any recorded session, you must attend the class, it's a live class, you will attend the class. You will make sure that at 8 p.m. daily you're sitting for the class. Right. So to bring that sense of responsibility, I give only live sessions, and live sessions where I interact with every student. I make sure every student is answering. I keep asking questions whether you have understood, or I keep asking questions like from this topic, that topic, so that students should interact. Only then I'll get to know that yes, my concepts are being conveyed. Students
Correct.
understand what is being said.
Hmm.
That is my prime focus. I make sure every student learn well. And for prelims especially, like some students are like, no, we want for prelims only. Definitely you can take up any prelim specific batch also, there's main specific batch also, but comprehensive batch is like, from my end I would say that
Yes.
everyone must take, because it is comprehensively covering everything, your syllabus, and
Yes.
from prelims means interview your efforts. Batch, as I said, thank you, complete the entire syllabus
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
comprehensively. It
That
is
really
being
means
covered.
it.
For
Thank you
prelims
so
means
much.
interview. You cannot break down. ಈಗ ನಾನು prelims ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ. Now I'll study only for mains. Now this is only for interview. No, your syllabus should be covered comprehensively. Your journey is completely one thing which you're studying, and interlinking subjects is also important. So in our classes,
Correct.
like I even teach how you can interlink constitution with IPC, with CRPC, right? We discuss what are the rights and everything, which is going through
Correct.
simultaneously. And since I said that I don't provide any of the recorded sessions, it's only live class, I make sure student is answering. Why? Because interview ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, when an interviewer asks your question, you also know that how to answer, how to give an answer for that question when asked in an interview.
Correct.
That you can learn only when there is an interactive session.
Questions. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So completely we have this live session interactive, and classes are not that only in English or only in Kannada, which many students have this doubt. Classes are in both the languages. And again, one prime
So any
focus is
students preparing for other exam can also join. Other exam.
definitely.
This exam also can
Definitely,
join.
yes.
Huh.
Any exam, we have students preparing for Karnataka KPSC examination, and simultaneously for civils, also for judiciary. We also in our classes have students from Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and one from Delhi who are
Okay.
preparing for Karnataka civil judge examination. That is the competition actually, which is being, you should know when you're preparing for civil judge examination. And again,
True.
this examination requires a lot more dedication towards the examination. Rather than saying that you need hard work or smart work, you require dedication. You, if you are dedicated and you are completely dedicated towards your examination, you cannot like, "Ha, ಇವತ್ತು judge ಆಗೋಣ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, tomorrow something else." No. If you're thinking about being a judge, then that should be your goal. You cannot forget your goal. Plan
Correct.
it properly. Then execution comes. Once you have planned well, and execution comes later. One more thing, my coaching or any coaching is for your guidance, for your consistency.
Correct.
As I said, I make sure that you are consistent by also giving you mock test.
Correct.
Mock test is very much important, and I make sure every student is attending the mock test, because testing, analyzing yourself is again important, so that you get to know how much you have studied, what is left out, what you should study, what are your weak points, everything. So mock test again is important from my end. And I also provide the notes to my all my students, like every assignment, if it is written, then what would be the model answer, because then you learn that what is not written in your answer, what you can include more. So Swati law classes, we are like completely student centric. That was the
Correct.
only thing why I believe that I gave success in 2023 examination.
Correct, ma'am. So true.
Yes, so that is the only thing why I am completely shifting from part time to full time into
Okay.
Swati law classes. Again, any coaching institute is to maintain your consistency.
True,
You
ma'am.
cannot make this mistake of relying 100% on the coaching.
Yes.
You should rely upon yourself, your syllabus, which students make this mistake. Few mistakes which students make is they do not believe in themselves. They think the 1 hour or the 2 hours what I'm attending in the coaching, it's more than enough. No, that is only to encourage you to give much more knowledge, much more insights, to keep you consistent. What is required is your self preparation.
True, ma'am.
Your self preparation is the key. Okay, so you cannot make this mistake, and you cannot also make this mistake that you forget your goal. First and foremost, know what's your goal, plan for it.
Mhm.
Accordingly, you can manifest for it. This
True,
is my
ma'am.
goal. I am in this at this place right now. To be a judge, there are few abilities that I need to learn and unlearn in myself. That it's a journey which every student should go through.
Mhm.
And if you want to be successful, you should be consistent, and you rely upon yourself, your self preparation. From my end, my coaching, I completely make sure that I'm talking to each and every student as well. Whenever I feel the student is low, I talk to him or her. I make phone calls from my end and I talk to the students that what's
True.
the problem, and I am available for all my students anytime. Whenever they have doubt, they can ask me. I am never like, no, not now, not today, not this, not that. I am there for
Correct.
students. I make their answers, I correct them myself.
Mhm.
Their
True.
main
Yes.
answer, I correct them myself, so that the student should get to know what is the mistake he or she is doing. If there is no one to correct the mistake, then they won't even get to improve themselves.
Correct, ma'am. So true. That's.
This is
Thank
all
you.
complete like what I have gained from my civil services journey, which I am implementing here, and that is giving results in a very good way.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. That's a really good, inspiring thing. And I want to request all the student community over here, if you're preparing for civil judge exam, not only civil judge exam, if you want to know the depth of the law, I think it's better just join for
Yes.
the classes. It's not just focus only for civil judge exam, but personally, on my observation, it's about good. If you want to have a strong grip, a depth of law as well as understanding the grip of the law, then I think the classes are the best. I'll be dropping down all the links to Swathi ma'am's classes plus ma'am's YouTube channel. I request all of you to go follow it. And please do watch ma'am ka videos and write down the notes. And if you have any doubts, please do reach out towards ma'am, either the comments or through me. I will surely redirect to ma'am. It's the best opportunity. Please don't miss it, because there are very few mentors who we can find who teaches very much connectedly for us. Some people just come, go, and then just like cover it and go. But there are some people who just make sure that we always remember the concept until a very long period of time, until our journey. And ma'am is one such person, ma'am. And ma'am, I'm really praying that you will get a lot of success. And I pray that your offline classes should also be of great success. And I think my entire student community will be super, super, super happy to know that you're starting with the offline classes. Let it become great success, ma'am. Thank you once again for joining. It's huge pleasure for having you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you.
Actually, my students' inspiration and all the students who are asking from Karnataka itself that please bring the coaching offline, because we don't get network properly and all these things.
Correct,
That
ma'am.
and complete the passion which has driven me towards bringing that full time towards the Swati law classes. We would be live in 2025 in Bengaluru. So I'm hoping that even I would extend this to CLAT, PG, and UG courses also, because only
Wonderful.
focusing on civil judge is different, and you can make a huge more difference if you can focus upon UG and PG students, because they get to study from very good institutes if their examination is being taken care of.
Mm.
So CLAT, UG, and PG also we will be extending. because many students, they don't know how to enroll into an NLU, how to go and study in a DU Delhi University.
True.
So for this, they require a proper understanding about an examination, about the
Mhm.
opportunities which they have after completing their 12th, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we would be extending our services to CLAT UG and PG as well, apart from civil services.
Wonderful, ma'am. That's a great opportunity for students. So it's a big shout out for all the CLAT PG students as well as for UG students. Make sure that that's the best opportunity for you. I'll drop down the link right now itself in the description box. Please do go explore ma'am ka channel. Please do subscribe it. And please do reach out towards ma'am. Ma'am is the best person in terms of guiding and mentoring. Thank you, ma'am, once again. Ma'am, before we end, so would you like to refer any guest for the next podcast? Because, any podcast before we end, we'll be asking the guests, you would like to have any of your friends or any of your colleagues, any of your students to come for our podcast next. Do you refer any names now?
Definitely. Actually, for me, the
Hmm.
very much inspiring is my husband. So, and
Okay.
he is again a practicing advocate here in Delhi. So,
Okay.
he understands the concepts and every minute detail of every law. That
Okay.
he was a complete inspiration for me to take up law and start my journey here and
Okay.
understand. And he was the one who understood my passion towards law,
No.
not
Okay.
passion was technology or being a civil services aspirant.
Okay.
He
Okay.
understood that no, you should take up law, you deserve to be here. And then
Uh,
once I took a Delhi University examination, he was like, just take up this examination. Then you
uh,
see, if you clear, you can continue. If you're not clearing, then okay, you're there for UPSC.
okay.
I took this exam in a fluke, DU entrance exam, and it was a click because
Good.
while studying for UPSC, few aspects of the polity and everything which we study for civils examination itself, that was the only thing. And apart from that, few of the law books, I used to have this interest in reading judgments since before.
Okay.
So that was the only thing, preparation which I would say for which I had for Delhi University entrance examination, which I cleared. Then he said, so see, this was your calling. Now, yes, that was my calling,
Yeah.
and I am here. It was complete my passion which driven me here. And yes, I would like you to call upon my husband. Not that he is my husband, because he is practicing and he understands law, and he delivers everything in a much more effective way.
Sure, ma'am. Done. What's sir's name, ma'am?
Mayank Yadav.
Okay, done, ma'am. Sure. Thank you so much. So here ends officially our podcast. But I want to tell you this is not the end. This is the beginning of the next series of podcasts with Swathi, ma'am, because it's going to be a great amount of learning throughout. If you guys are watching still now, that means that you're very serious, very consistent, guys. And I wish you all the best. Thank you once again, ma'am, for joining us for today because I'm really grateful for all the time you've spent. It's been more than 1.5 hours, and we have done. I didn't even know how the time went, but you were really patient enough for answering to all the questions. Thank you, ma'am. Wishing you once again all the best. And I request entire my student community, right from my Pavanas's YouTube channel to my present Art of Law channel, to everyone to follow ma'am, as well as gain huge insights from ma'am. Thank you once again, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you